Mark for review. The festival which attract thousands of devotees each year is known for its rituals and unique cultural preferences held over a span of which attracts. Okay, yeah. The highway expansion project will connect several remote villages to major cities, thus providing better access for essential services. The highway expansion project will connect several remote villages to major cities, thus better access for the central bank governor said inflationary inflationary pressure. The city's drainage network is overwhelmed during heavy downpours, leading to water. The city's drainage network has overwhelmed, leading to waterlogging in residential areas and disrupting the daily commute. B. The mayor announced that uh, a new the new metro line would reduce commuting time by nearly half. The mayor announced that the new metro line would reduce commuting time by nearly half once it will be fully operational. The metro line would reduce commuting time by nearly once it metro line will reduce once fully operational. The movement movement service compared to tiger is now it's the human habitat, the habitat threats, the habitat threats to the tiger. See human habitations. The tiger is now in a safe habitat where threats to its movements are less compared to the human habitation. Farming techniques based on B. Preventing pest management based A. C. D. Approach A. Farming techniques approach is practiced here. Preventive pest management based on natural approach is practiced here. Farming techniques preventive pest management based on natural farming techniques. Okay, based on natural farming techniques. Preventive pest management approach is practiced here. Based on natural farming techniques of preventive pest management. Which is practiced here. C. Hunger on 4th days. After being sick and unable to eat for the hunger. 3 days. A B 3 days DC ABDC ABDC C in order to draw attention draw attention to littering in park, the zealous activist chained himself to large transchain for week CDAB in order to draw attention to littering in park, the zealous activist chained himself to large transchain for week. Amanda. Because the Amanda. D. The customer service she received. She wrote a vehement letter to the manager restaurant because Amanda was disappointed in the customer service. She wrote a vehement letter to the manager of the because start. Governor has not publicly given any explanation why he is in time in forwarding the bill. Governor has not even in an effort to acknowledge the rising crime rate, the city council proposed to reduce the police force with advanced technology and training. In effort to alleviate exacerbate, the city council proposed to police force with advanced technology and training. Train, reduce, dismantle, positive augment, deplete. In effort to acknowledge, reduce the police force, alleviate rising. Magnify. The judge's commitment to select the best alternative. The judge's commitment to impartiality reassured impartiality, prejudice, fairness, proclivity, prejudice. Her conviction that she could improve the situation gave her the courage to speak. Her conviction that she could improve the situation gave her courage to speak against unfair policies. Conviction that she could improve. Suspicion, belief, absolution. Absolution method. The emergency team used sandbags to neutralize the floodwaters impact on village. The emergency team used sandbags to neutralize the counter bolster Strengthen, enhance, neutralize the flood water impact on village, counter, strengthen, bolster, none of these. Find the synonym of feasible, feasible, safe, fossil fuels, uh, viable, identify not supported in passage, correct statement, reason behind necessity of zero carbon alternative in aviation. Zero carbon is essential achieving decarbonization in aviation sector. Environmental regulation enforcing zero carbon and increasing traffic demand compatibility hydrogen current environmental regulation maybe the last mile. These measures could potentially enhance the efficiency. Additionally, despite improvements of traffic demand, like enhance the efficiency, uh, increase in traffic demand, lack of advance, shortage of sustainable aviation oil, reason necessity zero carbon alternative aviation, low carbon fuel to zero. Battery powered airplanes present challenges with other feasibility that one would like to do consequences of produce variety of feedstock zero carbon. Okay. Not supported. Synthesis sustainable aviation fuel is expected to play a pivotal role in reducing aviation emissions of jet fuel can assimilate existing drop replacement. Sub-production could benefit farmers developing region. Farmers project become widely available 2030. SAF will depends vast amount of zero likely source regions reach solar large scale production anticipated only after late. Uh, not support not supported by the passage. Correct passage. SAF requires new engines and aircraft to be utilized effectively. Um, direct air capture technology already industrialized scale DACD. There are two technologies like DAC. Mm, the 700 million ton derived from biogenic sources through technology DAC which have not yet been industrialized. The development of synthesis SAF depends on large-scale production of clean hydrogen, produce limited biogenic correct decarbonization aviation slowly relies on battery-powered airplanes. Battery-powered airplanes in terms of price due to their weight. On the other hand, potential current decarbonization nonetheless, hydrogen power aviation is expected to dominate in a decade. Which of the following hydrogen can power commercial? D. Does not stabilize soon. Food prices is plural subject. It should not take does. Food prices should not stabilize soon. B. No error. The city's drainage network is overwhelmed during the mayor announced that the new would reduce commuting time by nearly half once uh, it will be fully D. It not will. Okay. Once after before present simple. When using time conjunction refers to future sentences already containing future in past, or we use present simple or present perfect. Since the sentence which would get would. Second, what is the primary reason behind necessary zero carbon alternative aviation? Increasing traffic demand, surplusing fuel efficiency improvements. Increasing traffic demands. Oh, becomes widely available early 2030 not correct. Recommend based development of a large scale production of clean hydrogen and feasible means viable. Which of the following statement are correct regarding hydrogen power aviations? Hydrogen can power aircraft commercial aviation distances. Correct. Transforming to hydrogen powered aviation requires change in aircraft engines and infrastructure. Okay. Hydrogen power aviation is expected to be realized in short term. No. They said it is not feasible or viable in late 2030s. I missed this question. The highway expansion project, better access for essential services to better access to essential. Simple questions. Counteract. Counteract. Yes. In an effort to alleviate, propose to augment. Make greater by adding to increases. That's searching for this meaning. These all questions are in negative inserts. Dismantle means debarring police power. Deplete means reducing. Disband means just not making the band. Disband means disperse. Bunker. Okay, let's attempt English. Prelims. Verbal reasoning. Let's attempt YCL mains English. For synonym of word insufficient. North India will be insufficient if there is continued use of groundwater. Continued synonym. Profuse, trained, scant, surmise, colossal, insufficient. Constrained, strained, profuse, scant. This is a huge passage. Fascinated approach, clothing, styles, colonial powers, explore European fashionable house, one-sided. Mhm. Central theme. So colonial powers derived fascination, exotic aspect conqueror. European fashion was related. This trend was just statement material supply significant. British Empire more influenced colonial fashion was entirely one-sided in case of colonialism. Through the lens of fashion history of colonization for the complex interplay, exploitation, adaptance, resistance, colonial powers tried to enforce their cultural norms, enduring presence. Indigenous styles and material serves as a subtle resistance and several actors positive economic impact. No. Focus on development textile. The complex interplay fashion and colonial cultural imposition and adaptations. There are two back-to-back passages. Which of the following are correct based on passage? European fashion houses adopted pattern and design. Native Russian cultures. European power expanded merely transformed the local colonial influencing styles both complex Russia. Native Americans, West Africans, the British instantly. Good European back colonizers, influence, force culture, arts. West African vibrant prints were used. Vibrant West African were used in French no fashion, color dresses, novelties, and burgeries. Colonialism influence on fashion was bidirectional. Colonizers sometimes adopted local attire practically. Bidirectional. Where is word bidirectional? Local attire, cotton in India. This is only after economic transformation. It has begun. Adopted elements like practical adaptation, blending. I don't think so. It was bidirectional. European fashion also adopted patterns and designs from native Russian cultures, Native American cultures, I think. Native American cultures, only two influenced. Choose the antonym of word influence. Influencer, impacted, maintained, retained. Heavily influence, considered, impacted, preserved, influence, retained, concealed. Choose the enforcing, invoke. Choose the antonym. Enforce, observe, invoke, synonym, render, synonym, enact, observe, neglect, enforce, neglect. Which of the following replace? That's it. What was the border cultural impact integration indigenous design in European fashion collection? Influence textile industries colonies. What was the broader cultural impact? The increased European appreciation for indigenous culture. It showcases European dominance over it facilitates mutual culture economics. Indigenous design symbolizes resistance. British India example. It will adapt climate in the fashion history. British Eastern heavily influenced textile industries color. heavily influenced. What was a broader cultural impact? Stream was reduced. Influence colonial fashion was not entirely on it showed some colonial local practical purposes. Was adopted aquatic. Why did which best describe dual nature of fashion influenced by colonial according to us. Fashion during colonial was simple borrowing indigenous styles. The interaction between colonial and cultural through the fashion was harmonious and mutually beneficial. Fashion was used both as tools for cultural dominance and as means of economic exploitation. Dual fashion and practical needs. Indian era of fashion for black interplay of exploitation and impression colonial powers tried to enforce their cultural norms yet enduring presence of indigenous styles of subtle resistance and survival tactic. Fashion was predominantly reflecting colonial adaptation to local interaction between colonial powers and local population through the fashion was harmonious and economic exploitation. Entrepreneur represented one way in position was reflection the colonial adaptation to local simple borrowing indigenous style without deeper implication. It's last or second last. Yeah, both entering position organized film indicator film. What was the major consequence of British Empire influence on textile industries of colonies? British Empire influence on textile industries on colonies. British influenced textile industry. Cotton grown in India was shipped to England, processed manufactured means. Adaptation called local dressmakers skill enhanced due to more material. England sold finished goods Europe back colonized market. This only altered the local economies but also transformed the traditional as the international population began to adapt to Western clothing. It often led to decline of local dressmaking as well as popularity of traditional uh, gradual descent. No, the impact was symbolic and later real change. Adaptation of Western style led to less traditional dressmaking. What was the role of processing the Indian cotton Manchester mill in colonial fashion exchange? Manchester mills were involved in supporting Indian fashion, processing cotton impacting economies and fashion in both markets. Mill transport technology improved. Influenced textile. Cotton grown in India was shipped to England, processed and sold as finished goods in Europe back to colonized market. This not only altered locally but transformed traditional attire. Preserves cotton period with traditional techniques. It produced high quality export benefiting Manchester Mills innovation hope supporting Indian fashion. Processed cotton impacted economies and fashion in both markets. Best to describe the interaction between British and Indian fashion due to colonial influence. It is best to describe interaction between British and Indian fashion due to colonial influence. The British completely abandoned it. No. The Indian fashion were entirely supplanted by British style without local influence. The rigidly influenced Indian style without any reciprocal adaptation. Rigidly influenced Indian styles were observed and documented. The British blended their fashion with Indian elements for climate adaptability. The India examined correlated cotton and cotton to hot climate. The British in India, for example, blending the rigid fashion with some practical needs of dictator Indian environment. Describe the interaction between fashion due to colonial. British British influence blended their fashion with Indian elements for climate adaptation. What was the broader cultural impact of integration indigenous design into European fashion collection? It increased European indigenous culture, it shows Europe dominance, indigenous design symbolized resistance against colonization. What was the broader culture? Replace highlighted word. Um, 75 years of Indian is an occasion to not just rejoice in our accomplishments, rejoice tenors, pertain forest honors in our be, but also breach on our feelings, breach, but also introspect on our see, see. While a wide variety of issues have been discussed from uh, these chaos vantage, सबका अलग भी despite the international law being a ruler's law and its Eurocentric character, India uh, did not enforce at its time dependence. India did not enforced it at the time of independence. E. Uh, India's constitution makes saw the value of international law and thus provided in Article 51 that the state shall insist respect for international state shall insist by the respect for shall foster respect. F. At same time, under the leadership of India made it abundantly clear that condolence of post-colonial states has transmuted geography. Clear that collusion of post-colonial state has transmuted the geography of international law. Clear that the emergence of post-colonial states chip in. Everyone decided to chip in few dollars. During the meeting, she chipped in with usual suggestion. He chipped in the broken vase and threw it away. Nope, only one. Boxing is an boxing get knocked down, you get back up again metaphor. She kept her cool and managed to get herself out of the out of the kept her cool and managed her out of the determination privatization of ordeal or vengeance. Stupid as a ordeal. Hit the nail on the head. Uh, After hours of discussion, Sarah finally hit the nail on the head and identified root cause. They hit the nail on the head by traveling to Europe for their. I think David hit the nail on the head when he said that kids won't want to buy this product. 3. Appeal to the idea of working from home appeals to many employees. Okay, the lawyer appeal to the judge. The bright colors and playful fonts are used to appeal to young children. Fonts are used to appeal to the sudden gradual drop in temperature caught everyone by surprise. The sudden drastic. Many people were substantial were claims of drug skeptical. Despite the availability of digital books, she still preferred the old-fashioned, conventional e grammatical error evidence evidence collection evidence collection in the field of the leader question the conservative deadlines conservative that to question the conservative deadlines that were missed for the completion. I was happy with the opening shot traditional Lebanese salad which had been given a tasty tweak. Opening of which of the following inferred from passage with digital cybersecurity to cyber hackers are new sophisticated technologies to the leading to financial identity experts recommend strong password network business cyber attack. Which of the following inferred digital transactions are completely safe and do not cyber attacks only target large corporate hackers cannot access cybersecurity threat have been increased due to growth in online transaction and data. Which of the following inferred from the rise of online education platforms the students acquire knowledge with visible in their own page individual can access the courses. Universities experts however the educators highlight the importance of maintaining discipline and engagement, maximum benefits of online learning. Traditional classroom education, no, online education provides flexible learning opportunity without location barrier. Okay. Was it mentioning there without learning opportunities in access without geographical limitations? Scientists have developed artificial which of the following is known as agriculture and which is expected to greenhouse emission clearly. Experts believe that artificial meat could be sustainable solution for growing population. Artificial meat is unhealthy, no. Lab grown meat will completely replace, no. Traditional animal farming has no impact on environment. Artificial meat could help reduce environmental damage caused by, okay. Mm, Regulators are regulatory role. C. Across infrastructure sectors such as, no. The worldwide trend is towards the multi-sectoral regulators as the common regulatory role in common is common across infrastructure sectors such as institutions build regular upon the resources. Okay. DAC called E in multiple the immune system attack and damage sheath, a protective layer co- co- surround the nerve fibers in the brain spinal cord causing EBDCA. EBC immune system still immune system sheath, a protective layer surround the nerve fibers. B. Partner that provides political the G20 group members excluding China because Chinese government does not consider rather a partner and political financial support for the group. Antonym of variability. Groundwater use, summer monsoon rainfall variability are two means. Antonym variability, steadiness, tenacity, sagacity, austerity. True. What conclusion did the team climate expert reach about groundwater replenishment during summer and monsoon? The statement about the warming climate doesn't align with the information given below. Okay, the amount of summer monsoon rainfall will increase with increased. Which of the four true reference to the passage? Okay, rapid depletion in groundwater in the last decade between 95% groundwater depletion and groundwater use. Some variability are too driven groundwater climate change through can challenges sustainably groundwater to increase groundwater pumping meet irrigation demands for crop. Also, warming climate will increase the frequency of hydro floods and drought. A discussed aspect to role increase will limit the water availability for groundwater recovery, but it will play a lesser role in increased groundwater use of for irrigation and rainfall will rise of groundwater usage. Warming climate will also increase the amount of summer monsoon rainfall that north will receive, and the enhanced precipitation could help recovery gates of groundwater, but as so far it has been unclear if the strong summer monsoon rainfall alone in the future will be sufficient to compensate increased water demand of irrigation. Concluded expert of groundwater replenishment during summer. What conclusion did a team expert use observation ground satellite observation gravity climate model simulations under future emission scenarios understand the variability of groundwater storage under warm climate. The team found that project increased summer monsoon increase in summer monsoon due to warming climate, notwithstanding recovery of depleted water and oil will be insufficient if there is continuous use of groundwater. Use for irrigation could lead to resilience. If the current level of use for irrigation persists, the project increase monsoon increase will, uh, will not be sufficient. Yes. Which of the following statement is true? Insufficient climate warming and unsustainable groundwater extraction likely to amplify challenges related to groundwater. They will write in study published the dominance of groundwater use will continue under warming which hamper the recovery of lost groundwater. Okay, and the depleted groundwater has been prevalent only for the last decade. The team climate expert aim to assess the fluctuation in rainfall response to warming. The reliance on summer monsoon for groundwater recovery during warm climate will hamper the restoration. Groundwater storage is primarily determined by groundwater use and frequency of flood and droughts. As per the passage, which of the following state key reason for depletion? The changing pattern. No, climate change will exacerbating water scarcity and also deteriorating the quality of water. Scarcity. Warming climate will also increase the amount of the constant increasing utility of groundwater for irrigation purposes. Changing patterns in summer. Summer months changing pattern, increasing to warming climate doesn't align with of warming climate gives rise air transfer which increase the groundwater. Warming climate will offset the effect to increase rainfall during summer will result in higher occurrence of flood. The amount of summer which increase the warming of climate will increase the let's submit. Yeah, I don't know. It is good or is it bad? Let's check. Okay, where we are wrong at multiple instances. Both A and B chipped in broken. No, A and B. Okay, correct. During the meeting, she chipped in. Hit the nail to the head means what is the meaning? Yeah. It means describe exactly what is causing situation, problem. Oops. A and C only. Climate change, water scarcity, uncertainty. No, nobody mentioned climate change. Passage was only about the groundwater depletion and its effect. Which of the following warming climate doesn't align with a warming climate will rise to your transpiration? Yes, this I was confused. Which of the following statement true with reference to reliance on summer monsoon for groundwater recovery climate for the restoration of groundwater? Uh, we took a lot. What was the broader cultural impact of integrating? It showcased European dominance over colonization societies. Nature defined the dual nature of fashion as an influence. Fashion was used both as tool for cultural dominance. Of dynasties direct, directly given here in the influence impacted synonym evidence collection requires okay, let's wind it up.